And then of course we've been told, so he sent man away. Oh, how sad. God was being so mean. He kept them away from the tree. Let me show you love in that place. If this man with sin in his body goes and eats of the tree of life, Adam already with sin, he died at how many years? 900 what? 900 what? 38. The guy, listen, the guy is living in sin. He lived so long in sin and suffering. Because you see, the problem with Adam didn't know how to die. He was the first man. Today people know how to die. The moment they sneeze and cough, they say COVID has come, they prepare to die. The reason this guy, some of you are wondering, why did these people live so long? Let me tell you, men of God, can I tell you? The reason the guy took almost 1,000 years to drop dead. He didn't know how to die. They didn't know what death was. Sin wrestled this giant called Adam. Adam says, you're going to die. Adam says, what is it like to die? Yesterday you buried an uncle. 2 years ago, you know how to die. Adam didn't know how to die. 930 years. The guy is not dying. Now, if God does not keep him away from the tree of life, he's going to eat it and live 2,000 years, 3,000 years. Then cancer comes, 4,000 years. Now Eve has breast cancer, 5,000 years. They don't die. God looked on them and said, I can't let them live 10,000 years, 20,000 years with cancer, with pain, with agony, and they can't die. Because the moment they eat it in that state, they'll live forever with cancer, with pain, with a broken back, with fibroids. He said, I have to cut this thing short because I love them too much to let them suffer for long, so that I can give them a new beginning. Give Jesus praise for that. They told you God is so mean, he kept them away from the tree of life. I'm telling you the reason why. Because he said it. Verse 22, let's read to 23 to 24. 22 says, and God said, behold, the man is become like one of us to know good and evil, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life and eat and live forever. And eat and live forever in the state of sin. He said, I can't let them do that. So what did God do? Therefore God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken. And the next verse says, and so he drove out. People think he said, shh, shh, go away, stupid, shh, shh, shh. But you remember, he just clothed them. So understand the attitude. You see, when you read the Bible, Pastor Betty, you got to know the spirit behind. You can read a verse and imagine somebody was angry. He wasn't. When you read King James, God drove him out. What do you imagine? But go back, rewind and play. The God who looked for them and clothed them, do you think he's now kicking? No. He sent them away for a good reason. Like you tell a child, Zoe, stay away from the fire, stay away from. Don't call me mean for telling my Zoe to stay away from the sigiri. I'm trying to save her from something. He drove out man and placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubim and a flaming sword, which turned away to keep the way of the tree of life. To keep the way. Let me explain to you. Who is the way? The sword is to keep the way of the tree of life. In other words, he put it there to leave an open door for man to come back years later and receive salvation. Because if they eat it now, they are damned forever. So the sword is to keep the way. There has to be a way for man to come back. There has to be a way for man to be restored. There has to be a way for man to be saved. So the flaming sword is to say, don't eat it now, because if you eat it now, you'll die forever. But I want to preserve the way of salvation for you. When you come back later, there'll be a way. And Jesus, so many thousand years later, came. He said, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Come to me. Now there is a way. Now there is a way. And the flaming sword served its purpose. It kept the way of the tree of life. And here we are preaching. Here we are preaching. And so you receive, and so you're saved. Because the sword kept the way of what? So herein is love. Not that Adam and Eve looked for God. Not that they knew how to serve God. Not that they knew how to worship God. Not that they knew how to praise God. Not that they knew how to seek God. I want to knock that out of you today. Herein is love. Not that they knew how to find God. Not that we loved God, but that He loved us. He pulled the love thing on us. He loved us and sent His Son to be the propitiation for our sin. So love never started with you. We don't boast in loving God. Herein is love. Not that we loved God. Not that Adam loved God. All of us were running. All of us were running. Isaiah 53 says, all of us were like sheep gone astray. Each one of us going his separate way. And the Lord has laid on Him the iniquity of us all. I want you to think. 1,000 sheep. Remember, we are millions. 1,000 sheep. And each one of them runs what? Their separate way. Where do you start? You call this one, you call the other one, the other one. Where do you start, Bananga? Where do you start? But all we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way. East, north, south, central, wherever. Northeast, northeast, southeast, southeast, northwest. No, each one of us. It takes only a shepherd with a supernatural hand and a supernatural love to grab each one of us. Dunstan, come back here. Winfred, come back here. His hand of love, so far-reaching. God laid on Him the iniquity of us all. What manner of love is that? That we loved God. Now, this God who loves you is the one who is healing your body, solving your financial issues, healing your marriage, helping you with your children, fixing your business, doing the things that have been on your heart. This God who loves you, who doesn't want you to stay in agony, is the one who is fixing everything that pertains